Oranazonwa, it takes a whole village to raise a child. In Igbo land, children are valued, treasured, and seen as a precious blessing from God. They are usually more esteemed than money. Names like Nwakego, meaning a child is better than wealth, or Ifeyinwa, meaning there's nothing like a child, largely reflect this belief. Whereas families normally consist of father, mother, and children. In Igbo culture, family usually expands to include uncles, aunties, cousins, a whole clan, or even a community, because the Igbos believe that brotherhood is key to life and the foundation upon which family is built. From the father, who is the head of the family, to the mother and children.
I am Ambassador Pete Edochie, MON. I am International Eminent People's Ambassador. The average child in any Igbo family owes his or her parents some obligation, and that is to carry out their instructions, their directive. So he grows up a responsible human being, It's always said that ana malum manuno wepuanilo. The first influence you pick up is that of your parents. That is your father representing discipline, and that's your mother to show affection, essentially. So if you do something wrong and you're flogged by your father, it's your mother who brings you closer and say, listen, don't do this again so your father doesn't flog me again, right? Like it said in Ecclesiastes, if you spare the rod, you spoil the child.
Fondibo, an ideal family is built on the concept of unity, mutual respect and reverence for fathers and elderly males in the family, while children as inheritors of the future are raised to continue the values of older generations and learn largely by observing their parents or elders. The parents are equally tasked with providing for and protecting their children.
Sometimes, in the quest to have a baby boy, you keep trying, the girls keep coming out. From one woman, you probably would have had about 5 or 6 girls. You acquire another one. Maybe you'll be lucky at this time. That one comes maybe after 2 or 3 girls, 1 boy. You try another person. So most times, when you see where you have multiple polygamies like that, it's because of children, male children. Yeah, that's right. A man works so hard to have a boy. At the end of his toils, a boy comes out. He has invested so much energy, and God has rewarded him, right? May my strength not be lost.
In the olden days, children's roles were gender-based and included helping out on the farm and tending to the animals for females. The males were trained under their fathers and male figures in the family in the absence of their father. In modern times, the roles of children have expanded beyond farming and domestic help.
Obodo onwe nwaanyị tugolo anya nwa nwoke rinno da-abịa na ikekwe no ebe a na-anụ ụmụ nwaanyị na-abụ onwe bụ ovu nke anụtara ikpeazụ ọ na-amụ nwa nwoke nke izizi niwa anụta nwa nwoke a na-abịa ya na msọsọ ụmụ nwaanyị emeketezie ovu agada nwoke etipụte ni ya wee gụọ anya nwa ka nwa o tego ọ tụwara anya nwoke ịghọtago. Ọ bụrụ na onwe ka nwa si wee ka nwa ndị ọzọ ịghọtago, mana obie ọ nwere nwa dị ka onye ya na odogo ụdị ebe ọ nwa ka nwa o nwere ife onye ọbụla ga-emenwu etu a ka o si wee dị ya n'obi, etu a ka ọ chọrọ isi wee bụ nwatakịrị a bụ nwa ka nwa ọgwụ. Obi is ordinarily where the head of the family stays, right? ọnọdụ obie. Enwere ike nwaanyị amụọ nwa ugboro 3 na-amụ sọsọ nwaanyị. Ọmụzịa nwoke obi ma ama evuzi obi evuna. Ọzọ bụ ọba na-eche. Ọba ka m bụ. Ọ bụ na ibe eme m onye nke a bụ onye ọba na-eche na ya anọchi anya m. If somebody was born after the father would have died, he is named Onochie. Onochie. He has now replaced his father. Or Azunna. He was born Ogenni Anabago. On Azuya Kamulia. You know, there are situations where you have a very dear friend, a very close friend, and somehow the friend passes on, and you want to remember your association with him. Then, if after he would have died, your wife gives birth to a child, you name that child after your friend, so that each time you see the child, you remember that friend of yours, right? It happens all the time in Igbo land, you know. Then people are named after circumstances, right? If somebody is born during the war, or Bianara, if you were born when the man suddenly finds himself in clover, money, or Bianuju, or Bianamma, and then Igbos are attached to events emotionally, right? And because you have the age grade system in Igbo land, whenever a man is born, some event must determine the age group he belongs to, right? In my own case, I was born in 1947. Now, what my father told me was that that year, there was salt scarcity in Nigeria. That year, there was eclipse of the sun in Nigeria. That year, there was the first trail derailment in a place called Gati in northern Nigeria, right? So these 3 events mark the year I was born. Now, in our place, they will say, on the amo no konu, when there was salt scarcity. On the amo, oga chiji nevivye. That is eclipse of the sun, you know. So it's like that. But mainly, we always like to attach the word chi as a prefix to most of the names we answer, right? Because we believe that it's God who gives the child, not man. So you have Chinedu, Chukwuemeka, Chinenye, etc., you know.
Though Ndibo believe that nwata demma obu nna ya mere ya, nwata denjo obu nne ya, which means that a good child is the pride of the father, but a bad child is a disgrace to the mother. The society believes that the training is not solely on the parents of the child. Though the family is the place where the training of the child commences, the whole extended family and members of the community also play one role or the other in the upbringing of the child. The training of a child is as the responsibility of everyone who is a family member, because the child belongs to all. Nwa bụ nwora.
Yeah. Wede mmanya jụọ oyi ebe a ka m ya. Ka ọ dịnụ ka na-eme. Mmanya dị ya. Mmanya dị ya. Abanyela ọfụma. Gbanwe na-agbachi m nkịtị nwụchapụ ebe a. Mekaniya ọzọ na ụdị ya bụrụ ọrụ ibe nkabi ọ dị nne.